I demand trial by combat.
Hello ladies and lords, this is Tyran. Welcome to my review of the game Clash of Empires. Clash of Empires is an online RTS game developed by Leme Corporation based in China. The basic principle of the game is to grow your castle, build your troops, improve your troops' stats, and burn as many castles as you can. This game has some very nice features and also it has its share of flaws. Let's first dive into what makes the game fun. And most of these positive aspects, just so you know, are not unique to Clash of Empires but are rather common to other games of the same genre. Alright, if you've never played this type of game before, you will be pleasantly surprised by the whole alliance and inter-alliance dynamics. When you're part of an alliance, you're supposed to do your best to make it succeed in its goal. Team play is paramount and makes the game more enjoyable. And your castle quickly becomes your avatar or the extension of yourself. And it depends on your personality and the time you put into your castle what kind of playstyle you are going to adopt, be it aggressive, defensive or laid-back farmer style, which is fine too. There are fine people on both sides. My style is rather sneaky and aggressive mostly. One thing to point out is tactics and strategy are crucial at every step in this game. For example, if you don't send the right troops formation, you will most likely lose in a fight even though you have better stats, and you'll end up killing your own troops. Also, you need to figure out the best strategy to develop your castle. For example, when to use your speed ups, when to use your gold and your resources. There is a lot of planning involved. I will come back to this point later. Furthermore, during cross-server events like Throne Wars, you need to be careful of what you're doing. Know when best to attack, whether you should take the throne or hit the towers first, analyze the enemy troops' formations, etc. All of that makes the game more interesting. And more broadly, cross-server events bring a whole new inter-kingdom dynamics to the game. And as long as matchups are done fairly, which is not always the case unfortunately, you can achieve a lot if you manage to unite your kingdom. What else is nice about the game? Graphics are neat, at least the designs and colors are nice. Artifacts are rendered differently now. It's nice. And one last positive I can think of, the game is simple enough to get you started easily and complex enough to keep you entertained. Alright, let's move to everything that is wrong with the game. Sometimes developers of Clash of Empires leave me scratching my head. They give me the impression of someone shooting in his own leg and somehow expecting that he will be able to walk straight. I call it SDS, Stupid Dev Syndrome. First example of that, or the main one, is kingdoms don't get treated the same way. And I'm not talking about new kingdoms getting some advantages. No, what I'm talking about is kingdoms don't have gold event on the same week. Gold event, in case you don't know, is one of the main events of the game where you can get nice rewards. It lasts 1 week, and during its final stage called Kill Event, you get points for killing troops left and right. I checked the kingdoms 1 to 10. Half of them have gold event this week and the other half doesn't. Having gold event and thus kill event outside of the cross-server events just makes the kill event pointless, as there is usually no one to kill and some players even kill their own farms to get points. Also, you have less incentive to go on a killing spree during cross-server. Plus, these last few months we have seen skin events taking place during same week as cross-server events. And guess what? Players in the unlucky kingdoms have to choose between gold event and skin event, which by the way is never announced. Remember I said how you can plan the development of your castle? Well, the randomness and the bad timing of skin events disrupt your planning. For example, last week during gold event I used most of my speed ups to build troops like I showed you. This week we had skin event out of nowhere and it was really tough for me to get the permanent skin. And you know what? That whole issue could be fixed so easily if all kingdoms had gold event on the same week as cross-server event. But that is not likely to happen anytime soon, and I hope I'm wrong. Okay, enough about that. Without further ado, I have to address the elephant in the room. Clash of Empires is a massively pay-to-win game. Everything in the game can be bought via various specs. No exceptions, or at least I can't think of anything that can't be bought. Needless to say that it is very bad for the gameplay experience. But what makes this model even worse is that there is no limit on how much you can spend in total. And when you bring in heroes which can drastically improve your stats into that equation, you alienate not just the free-to-play players, but also the medium spenders. Indeed, the gap between the very top spenders and the medium spenders is so big that the latter simply don't stand a chance unless they are very good at shielding, of course. Question: given all of that, why do I still play Clash of Empires? Well, at one point I did quit, at least momentarily, along with our main guys. Even killed my own troops on reinforcements. Should still have the battle report somewhere. You can see them here. This was me having a death wish. Basically I lowered my guard and walked into a quick rain. My name was Tyran back then. Anyway, we gradually came back to Clash of Empires because we didn't find anything else similar to this game that wasn't a pay to win, and also because we could still put up a fight, you know, as long as cross-server matchups were done fairly. By the way, devs need to do a better job for the cross-server matchups. Just look who we had last time. We are stronger than K12 and K70 are stronger than us. We knew that even before the event started as we checked the rankings. We just had a few battles and saved our troops for the invasion. Sometimes the best strategy is not to fight during throne war, especially when you have bad matchups. One last point that has to be brought up is that Clash of Empires has one of the worst support services. They either give you no reply and straight up ignore you, or just give you a shitty reply. Just take a look at my exchanges with them. You can pause and see the details if you want. As you can see here, they made me an offer. At first I thought it was a joke or some kind of scam. About time to give them my reply. Alright, this is it. In conclusion, I would say that Clash of Empires can still be enjoyable if you are lucky enough to be part of a good team. However, it's a deeply flawed game because developers are making sure the gap between stats keeps growing while they do nothing to optimize the cross-server matching up system. That's why I can't bring myself to recommend this game, and yet I think the game is worth being checked out as a way into the genre, unless there is a similar game on the market without the pay-to-win component, which I expect there will be in the future. Thanks for watching and or listening. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell. I will keep posting videos of Clash of Empires. It will be thematic rather than per each cross-server event. And also let me know if you would like me to do tutorials for the game. Like and share the video, leave a comment, take care, bye.
Lannister always pays his debts.